What's going on, guys? Mark Sanchez here with another week of my official Strongman Games regional qualifier prep. Basically, I was super busy this weekend, I'm not going to lie. It's like 1 in the morning right now as I'm filming this. And I basically wanted to kind of get this out there to you guys, mainly because I had a really incredible week of training last week that I really wanted to share with you guys. I hit 2 new PRs, and to go ahead and just kind of jump the gun or whatever, I hit a freaking 500 kilo, 1,102 pound trap bar deadlift. I'm pretty stoked about that. I know it's a trap bar and it's not as impressive as a regular deadlift. Obviously, I would be a world record holder, kind of, if I did a 500 kilo deadlift. But it moved really well for pushing over 1,100 pounds. So I'm pretty happy about that. Another big win this week that I'll talk more about as the video starts is I'm also officially in the 200-pound Circus Dumbbell Club. Super excited about that. There's still a lot of form stuff I need to clean up. I'm not going to sit there and lie about that. We are about 5 weeks out, so I do have to kind of play my peak and strength gain and hypertrophy phases kind of strategic. And then I would just personally try and spend more time perfecting things in the off season. So again, 5 weeks out. Don't want to waste too much time. Like I said, it's 1 in the morning, so I'm going to try and get this to you guys out by hopefully tomorrow, today, Tuesday. Tuesday is when I hope on uploading this. Who knows? If I'm talking Tuesday and you guys see this video Wednesday, I apologize. I hope you guys still enjoy the content regardless. Anyways, if you haven't already, Norse Fitness dropped a new drop. Here's a new t-shirt, new hat that I'm wearing from that drop. It released on Friday, you guys. And I got it today. Well, yesterday. Because it's 1 in the morning. But I got this drop. It released on Friday. I don't know what is and isn't sold out. I haven't checked today. But use coupon code MARC, M-A-R-C, when you check out and save yourself some cash on your next order. Norse Fitness is a huge supporter of mine. They sponsored me back in November, and it has been one of the best partnerships I could ever have asked for. Shout out to Cody and Andy for taking me on the team. It's been a great opportunity, and I really love promoting them. I really love working with them. Cody from Norse is somebody I genuinely talk to pretty much every single day. And so with that said, like I said, use code MARC to support and save some money when you buy the midsummer drop. Okay, and without further ado, let's get started. So, to get started, I have no idea what's going on with my nose, so I apologize. I'm going to sound super congested during this voiceover. But basically worked up to a top single, hit a bunch of PRs along the way there. Before I had done this, my max was like 165. That was a 175 that flew. This right here is 190. Honestly, the high volume, low weight has been extremely helpful for me trying to perfect or get close to somewhat of perfection for Circus Dumbbell. But here's 190. Exploded super fast, but I kind of lost balance on the lockout, so that's kind of where that was landing. But that huge block of me basically just doing a lot of volume and light weight has been extremely beneficial in my opinion. And so, moving up the list, we are officially in the 200-pound Circus Dumbbell Club. A couple people have asked me what kind of smelling salts I use. That is a Bear Down Steel Norse blood from Zone Smelling Salts. I do not have an affiliate code, but there's plenty of athletes that you can try and find some from. 200 pounds, both 190 and 200. I couldn't lock out on the first attempt, which is kind of disheartening, but at the same time, I'm really happy with the lockouts here. The second attempt for me, which I would call my successful attempt, I definitely could have held at the top a little bit longer. That's something I need to work out, is just holding my lockouts, especially because I get super amped and excited. I can't get excited too fast, and there's a small little accident for me. But here's my second single, my back down sets for 180 pounds. The back downs felt extremely easy. I think with my CNS kind of being like, oh hey, we're lifting heavy things overhead, those back down sets just flew. Quite frankly, the way that my workout was moving, it was moving extremely slow. And so one of my buddies, Dalton Simmons, shout out to him, was basically doing overhead work. And so I basically just hopped in with him and started throwing up 195. I was supposed to work up to, I believe, like 250 or something like that for reps of like 5 to 6. But honestly, I was just kind of tired and kind of wanted to just go home, to be honest, after all of that adrenaline high from the Circus Dumbbell, that I kind of just jumped in with him. There he is in the background, and just kind of hit that up. So moving on to our next event, we have an SSB Squat. I had, first with 475, I wasn't really feeling super well. I think it was the fatigue from the Circus Dumbbell, but I had originally put on 475 and was going to call that my top set. And I realized I was incredibly wrong. And so basically what happened was I moved back up to like 500 or so and kind of called the next two my top set. So here's another set of 5. SSB, honestly, I'm just kind of glad to be squatting still regardless. I think even whether you're a powerlifter or a strongman, specifically strongman, I know there's not a lot of scenarios where strongmen are training squatting events, but if you realistically want my opinion, it is very important. I think if you're a strong man watching this video and you don't powerlift or haven't powerlifted before, I highly suggest getting some squat work in, whether it's SSB, Duffalo bar, even a regular bar. Get some squat work in. The strength coming from the legs will definitely 100% help translate to everything overhead, carries, Bentleys, etc. On the topic of carries, I finished off my workout with a little bit of a smoke show. I had a 100 feet sandbag front carry, 250 pound sandbag, and then one of the events that I'm trying to mock is a tank track drag. And all I was really told from the show promoter is that it's heavy and you have to front drag it. So I basically loaded up this sled as heavy as I could kind of safely do, and it got me to about, from what I'm looking at, about 800 pounds. So I did this 50 feet. I was supposed to do it for 100, but I think I just wasn't paying attention. All of my boys were here in the corner, and we're all kind of just hanging out and BSing. I can't lie about that. And so I think my motivation was just a little bit declining, specifically just because I didn't really want to do this. I personally hate sled work. I would say that I'm fairly good at it. I mean, I'm out here just running around with 800 pounds on a sled, but I don't know. It's just me. It's a me problem. I'll figure it out eventually. Next in the pipeline, we are back in my home gym. I do not have a block. Yes, that's my Belgian Malinois Zeke on the treadmill in the background. But I don't have a block, so I basically just use this fat grip that I have. I don't think I got the same engagement out of it, and now that I'm actually voiceovering this video, I probably could have grabbed like a 35-pound plate from the back and just put it on my chest and use that as a block. Good mental note for next time. But yeah, so basically working some light volume 2-inch blocks, and then supersetting them with bent over rows, dumbbell rows, and I believe I was doing tricep raises. That sounds about right. I don't remember. I did film some of my accessories, but as I was editing this video, I realized it was like 17, 18 minutes long, and kudos to you if you go to YouTube and watch a dude work out for 18 minutes of your life. I didn't find that to be reasonable. I usually just use these accessory days to kind of tell you my thoughts and kind of where I'm at with OSG. And so for me, OSG, I'm feeling pretty confident. I think the big thing that I'm kind of mentally trying to work on is imposter syndrome. I'm 5'11", some would say 6, 300 or so pounds, and I kind of I've grown up watching World's Strongest Man and stuff like that, and so I'm so used to like people being like 6'5" to like 6'9", like Brian Shaw, and like 400 plus pounds. The thought of me making it to maybe even OSG finals or even things like Giants Live is kind of something that I haven't like accepted a possibility yet. And so I'm trying to kind of switch my mindset and work on confidence a little bit and be like, you know what, I belong here. And speaking about belonging here, here's my warm-up, 900 plus on the trap bar. Trap bar was so much fun. Like I said, I consider these ego lifts. I don't count them as real lifts at all, but here's my first time ever in my life moving 1,000 pounds in a single time. 10:58, flawless. This genuinely felt heavier than the 1100, but watching it back, the 10:58 definitely moved way faster. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is my big 500 kilo, 1,102 pound trap bar deadlift. This is to train the car deadlift event for OSU Mid-Atlantic. I worked up to this top set for 500 kilos. Super excited. Honestly, I've been trying to compete with my buddy John Parker for max trap bar, and I thought I had done my research, and I was incredibly wrong. I thought I had him beat, but I did not. So now I'm sad because I really don't have any interest in trying to put 500 kilos on a trap bar again. Anyways, I had a back down set for 8 reps at, I believe, 350 kilos, and then basically it was a rep range of, I believe, 5 or 6 to 10, and without killing myself, I stopped at 8. Not gonna lie, moving 1,000 plus pounds didn't necessarily hurt. It wasn't necessarily difficult either. One of the things that I was noticing was like my heart rate was just skyrocketing, and it was taking a lot of effort for it to go back down. So I basically just honestly called my workout here. Basically knowing that I had a heavy keg load the following day, which is now today what we're on. Started my day with some light viper press into a strict press at 175 pounds. Honestly, not too bad. I was pretty out of it. You can kind of see it in my face, but I was pretty smoked coming into this Saturday session. Pretty happy with how the log went. Then we moved over to keg. I did do some framework, but I did not film it for some reason. I think I was distracted. There was a yard sale going on in my neighborhood and wasn't really paying attention. But anyways, warmed up with the 235 keg at 54 inches high. Basically just working on that technique with these warm-ups before I move on over to the 300 pound. That 300 pound keg took me absolutely forever to create. I filled it with sand, water. There's a bunch of other like scrap metal that I had to shove in there, but basically same thing. Pretty happy with how these were flying. Kind of funny, this first set was supposed to be an AMRAP for 60 seconds, and you'll see here on my third rep that 300 pound keg is just getting super bouncy, and you'll notice right here on this rep, I finally clear it, and boom, it's just the corner of it just clips and gets stuck, and it started leaking a little bit. But here's my next set. I'm really proud of this set, genuinely. 60 seconds at 54 inches for 300 pounds. I was gassed, and you could see it in my face, you could see it in the way I move. I get that first 3 in like 18 seconds, and I am just out of it. And then something kind of flipped the switch. Dalton, my training partner, he's the one with the timer, and then that's my buddy Morgan who's helping me reset. He said 30 seconds left. And for some reason it just flipped the switch. So this is like my 3rd or 4th attempt. I'm not counting as I'm doing the voiceover, but you can kind of see where I'm just absolutely smoked. And then basically Dalton just says 30 seconds left, and I just turned the boosters on. I managed to get 4 in those 30 seconds. So I ended up finishing the set with 7. I was expecting 6, but I somehow magically banged out that last rep right at the second mark too. I've counted this video a few times, and I'll be honest, it may or may not be 1 or 2 seconds longer than 60 seconds. Dalton says otherwise, but yeah, I managed to scrap that last one right out of the tank. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for your support. 5 weeks out from OSG. If you like this content, hit that like button, comment, and subscribe.